Said you don't have to, bro.
Okay, I think we're videoing. Yes, we are. Okay. So, as I was saying earlier, I give these steps to kids and then they fail to use the steps. But if you'll use the steps, you will be proficient 100% of the time. You will not make a mistake. But if you fail to follow these steps and you start, skipping around and doing your own thing, well, that's when the mistakes come in. So, hopefully everybody has this copied down. So we're going to put a problem up here. If I have to go back in a minute, I will, but because I'm videotaping, I want to move along and get through this particular videotape. Then if I need to go back, I will. So if I have this particular problem, so go ahead and write this down on your paper. Okay, so this is the problem that I'm dealing with. Step 1 said, distribute if necessary. Well, do you see parentheses up there?
Yeah.
Then it's necessary. So that's step 1. We must do step 1. So we are going to distribute. And remember, distribute means to multiply. Negative times a negative, guys, is a positive. Okay, so we have done the first step. When we distributed, that got rid of the parentheses. There's nothing more to distribute. The next step says clear fractions if necessary. Do you see any fractions?
No.
So we don't need to worry about that step. We can move to the next step. The next step says combine like terms. Well, when you're combining like terms, let me tell you what kids like to do. They say, well, that and that are like terms. You can't combine those.
Don't you do so much?
Because you see that equal sign, you can only combine what's on the same side. You can't combine these with these. So I see over here, I have two like terms. I need to combine them. Over here, I have no like term. Just rewrite it. Now this thing is getting smaller and smaller very quickly. The next step, I should have put in there, get all your variables on one side. That should go right here. So we can't have variables on the left and the right side of the equation. Guys, it doesn't matter. If you move, and I'll put it back in a minute for you. If you move your variables to the left side, cool. If you want to move your variables to the right side, still cool. It doesn't matter. I like to move mine to the left. And I used to always make kids move theirs to the left, but sometimes you see it differently than I do. I'm going to move mine to the left. So it says all the variables have to go to the left side. Well, I have a variable over here on the right side. The step says move it, so I'm going to move it. Remember, 11x is together, and I'm moving the entire 11x. I'm not trying to separate 11x. I'm not solving. I want to move 11x. How do you suppose I move that?
Minus 11x.
I have to do 11. The opposite. So it's a positive, so I'm going to subtract 11x. And I'm going to line them up. Now I have a negative 1x, or negative x.
Plus 30. 20.
Now it says, the next step it says to do is to undo any addition or subtraction that you see. Well, I see an addition. I see a plus 30, so I need to undo it. All right, well, I can't leave a negative x. That requires division. What am I going to divide by to make that positive?
1.
Negative 1, or multiply. You can do it either way. I always multiply.
So it'll be 10.
So I've got to get rid of this negative x. I'm going to multiply by a negative 1, because a negative times a negative is a positive. Leaving me with x equals 10. And I have successfully solved that equation. If I want to check it, and you'd be wise on the test to do that, I could plug this 10 up here into anywhere you see an x, and if this side equals this side, you have done it right, and if it doesn't, you haven't. Okay?
Okay.